Merry fucking Christmas!
God damn it. Hi, you fucking horse! You really threw me off my game there a bit.
Joy.
Guess what? We're going to be bringing you... No.
Came in her mouth. She came, I came, it was awesome. And I fucked your sister, and maybe your dad too. He had a really big dick.
And you got her really sore.
This is a good start.
Yeah, Gremlins is what we're talking about. and not the fucking shit that you get diagnosed with and have to go to the pharmacy to get medicine for. Not those kind of
gremlins. I got them gremlins from a toilet seat.
You could, like, if you text me like, hey bro, I should have fucked that girl last night. He's like, why? I got gremlins on my dick. You got crabs? That was the second time I got crabs.
What was it James Franco said in the interview? I got cabbage dick or whatever. Stank dick? Yeah.
Stank dick.
You got that stank dick.
Well, he smelled it too. Yeah. Stank dick. Well, but anyhow, okay, this is really family friendly. We were talking about that. So, Gremlins, 1984. It's got one of the cutest characters ever as Gizmo. Mkwai or Mkwai? Magwai. By the way, interesting note about that. Magwai. I think it was voiced, and all it does is go. It was apparently voiced by Howie Mandel. Yeah, swear to God, dude.
Probably not. Speaking of gremlins and STDs, Howie Mandel is like a fucking STD in Hollywood. He just pops up. Well, I don't know about that.
No, he really is. No, he hates shaking people's hands and shit.
Fuck the devil. I mean, but seriously,
yeah, right in the butt.
Seriously, like he just pops up with weird shit. You're like, I didn't know he was the blue dude, Little Monsters. All I remember about Howie Mandel is he had that great fucking show, Deal or No Deal, with the suitcase.
I like Bobby's World.
That show rocked the shit.
I like Bobby's World.
With his fucking earrings and...
Need him, got him, need him, got him, need him, got him.
Like it, don't like it, like it. And his fucking... But then he was on... Was American Idol?
No, America's Got
Talent.
Yeah. So, and that's what he's doing now still.
Bald people scare me.
But he's a nice guy, and it's cool that he's, you know, he's around in these classic movies. Yeah, he's cool. Well, he's a nice, I mean, supposedly he's a really nice guy. He's just a really big germaphobe. But anyhow, so he voiced Gizmo, which again, I think Gizmo is one of the cutest motherfuckers ever. I would love to have a Mogwai. I mean, go to a little Chinatown, you might wind up with some, you know, hookers, but also get a Mogwai. It's a good deal. And by the way, the guy, at the very beginning, the dad in this that buys the Mogwai, that buys Gizmo for his son, Billy, Billy is a nice, easy-going kid in a really nice suburban neighborhood. It's kind of like, you know, mistletoe under the tree. Mom and dad didn't fuck.
Reminds me a lot of the guy from Fright Night, Charlie.
Yeah, he does look like Charlie. But that whole town is just a really picturesque town. And he's a cool guy. He's a nice kid. Anyway, his dad's on business, and his dad's an inventor, and he always makes these shitty fucking inventions. Like, he's got the bathroom buddy. Like, it's like a Swiss Army knife. It's got fucking a toothbrush on it. It's got, he's like, toenail clippers. Like, it's got all this stupid shit in it. And you know, in a way that I was watching, I was like, that's not a bad invention. I mean, not that I would ever use it. I mean, you're not gonna like hook it on your belt and walk around with it. But
yeah, but it's a block of wood.
That's what it is.
And he takes it and and I love this about 80s and 90s movies. Like today, you have like, you know, Silicon Valley entrepreneurs, all this shit like that. But back then, it was like inventors. Like, remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah.
Like that was a big thing.
Made a ray gun though.
And this guy, he's probably my favorite character in the movie. The dad is. It's played by Hoyt Axton. It's probably my favorite character in the entire movie. But he's
got a solid voice too.
Yeah, his entire house is just laid out with these contraptions. You remember Pee Wee Herman used to do that? Like he had contraptions in his house. Doc Brown. That was just the thing back then. It was a cool like little.
I'm trying to use the phone. But by the way, I like that little Chinese guy because little Chinese boy that takes him down to his grandfather's shop to buy the Mogwai, and he tells him that everything in that shop is like for sale. And he was like, well, no wonder you gotta go out in the street to get people because it's like in the middle. I wouldn't follow that little fucking kid. Like, I'm gonna be picked up by the cartel or the fucking Yangazu. What the fuck are they called? The Yakuza. The Yakuza. But anyhow.
He said Yangazu.
Yangazu.
It's like the kazooie guy.
The Yangazu is the leader.
They just pull up at the street go.
No, it'd be like.
That's my kazoo.
Let me see the Yakuza leader. Yangazu. But anyhow, by the way, that old guy, the old Chinese guy.
Present for you, Miss O'Neill.
Shut it! Shut it! He looks like Lo Pan from Big Trouble in Little China. He's a Confucius motherfucker just sitting there and he's not talking and he's got one weird eye. And like, again, the dad is trying his best to sell him his wares, but he keeps hearing that Mogwai going, Mogwai! And it goes, he starts singing it and he was like, the little boy's like, he does that sometimes. Like, do you know what you have? This could be on Animal Planet. It's not like, it's a cute creature and he says, I gotta have it. the grandfather, the old Chinese guy, he's like, you're not ready for such responsibility.
Dude, he reminded me of the guy from, now this is going to sound racist, but I'm just going to say it.
What?
He reminded me of the guy from Batman Begins. He's like, of suffering and injustice.
It's not racist. I mean, he kind of
looks like him. But...
He kind of played that part. But, yeah, he was like, you're not ready for such responsibility. You're not Japanese! You're not Talakan! And, you know, and the grandfather's like, so he was like, fine, fuck it, okay, I'll leave. And then the kid's like, wait a minute. You were gonna give me $200? Like, yeah, $100, hundos, 2 hundos.
Now that's $200 right there.
And then he was like, the little boy's like, oh. And then he's like, wait, I'll take care of my grandfather. Just wait out in the alley for me and I'll get it for you. So the little kid basically steals the shit and gives it to the guy and takes the $200. So then that's what that's where it begins. And there was 3 rules, like, that's the little boy lays out to him. He's like, you can't feed it after midnight, you can't get it wet, and you can't have it get in sunlight because it'll die. But the biggest rule was, don't feed it after midnight.
Damn, Jake, I didn't know you like to get wet.
Now what you don't want to do is eat these painkillers. Those are the 3 main rules. And
that's the whole story, basically. They don't follow the rules. You got 3 simple rules.
Assholes.
You got this little cute thing, and it's wonderful, and it sings, and it's the greatest fucking goddamn pet ever, and it's sweet. But all you have to do to enjoy your life with the Mogwai is not follow these 3 rules. And that's why Gremlins...
Like, get out everywhere.
Gremlins is a cathartic tale about capitalism in America.
You need to take your dick out of the toaster.
It's about the housing bubble crash.
You have smoked your...
It is. Everything will be great if you just follow 3 simple rules, and we can't even do that. And then Gremlins come out.
Are you done?
That's actually true.
Make me a goddamn sandwich.
Think about it.
But anyway, so they get it home. He gives it to Billy. Billy, like you say, he breaks the rule. He gets it wet for one thing. Then it like has like these weird little balls that come off of it, like dingleberries, and they become other Mogwai. So they get, you know, triple cuteness.
Well, he invites Corey Feldman over his fucking house.
Which is, by the way, instantly you get 5 points for having Corey Feldman in any 80s movie.
Yeah,
it's fucking great.
But it's fucking crazy. Like, this is what I don't get about this movie. Huge goddamn plot hole. Not one goddamn person, including fucking Corey Feldman,
Are you surprised by it?
are like, what the fuck is that?
I know, this thing
like, can we
talks
call the news or some shit?
I know. Well, he does take it to that science teacher after he gets wet. Yeah, and he wants him to look at it.
But it took him fucking making popcorn babies to do that.
Yeah, so the popcorn babies come out, and they're as cute as the Mogwai, but they've got a little bit more of a mean streak in them. They're kind of more tricksterish. And then, you know, poor Gizmo, and Gizmo's like, oh, dang. And he's like, oh, buddy, what's wrong? He's like, he knows something's up! The guy in room 2B, he knows! Get him and rape him! Get him and rape him! But, and Billy's like, oh, what's wrong, Gizmo? He's hunting me. But anyhow, so you know, what Billy does is he takes one of the Mogwai, and he takes it to the science teacher, and he's like, can you check this out? Now, this science teacher is a fucking dumb shit, because he does the same thing you shouldn't. He tells him you're not supposed to get wet. He doesn't get it wet, but he does, like, pour, like, he takes blood out of it, and he's being an asshole, he puts it in a cage. But when they feed it after midnight, then they become all bubbly sacks of garbage juice, like dirty ass eggs. That is one big pile of shit. And but that's because what they, like I said, the other Mogwai are tricksterish. They trick Billy into feeding them after midnight because they set the clock back or unplug it, so it looks like it's only like 11:45 or 11:40, and he's like, I got time, and he gives them like a whole goddamn bowl of chicken. He's like, what if his dad wanted leftovers, bitch? And he gives them all the fucking chicken, they eat it. That's when they become the dirty, gooey shit. And the other one at old science officer's house has got, he pulled his sandwich and ate it. By the way, when they become nasty gremlins, when they become like all fucking nasty looking, it's funny because if you listen to when they talk, one of them, because this was produced by Steven Spielberg.
And you can tell too.
Yeah, but it's like this one.
It's whimsical.
He goes, he's like, fun hum caca. He said caca.
But see, dude, I felt so fucking bad for Gizmo though.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of him.
Well, no, when he had the popcorn babies, like he accidentally spilled the water on him, and then he started. Gizmo's going.
Yeah, they're all like, oh, that's interesting.
And they're just going, oh, weird. And Corey Feldman doesn't even give a shit. You're watching an animal mutation. This animal is pooping out fucking popcorn chicken.
I was like, what's the animal shelters?
And they're turning into shit, and Corey Feldman's like, cool story, bro. Like, reading a fucking comic book. I'm like, what are you fucking kids being fed?
Fed?
What's in the water?
Shoes. But I would be freaking out like, what's the number of the animal hospital? God damn it, give me the car!
If that was today, you'd be like, goddamn internet. Kids are so desensitized.
I know. But it was, in a way, when you watched it as a kid, you're like, goddamn, that motherfucker's melting. Like, because he's like, oh, and it goes, pop. It's like you see his little back moving, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
There's no fucking way on earth that like nerds, like comic book nerd kids, nerds, fucking fascinated with that and want to know what the hell was going on. But everybody was just like, fuck it, oh well.
But anyhow, when they become those nasty ass monsters, the gremlins, they're vicious little bitches. I mean, they want to eat you alive, and well, they don't even want to eat you. They just want to fuck you up and mess up everything in town. That's what they eventually do when they start multiplying. Ooh, baby,
wanna fuck you up.
Ooh, oh yeah, that's a good song.
I'm sorry,
sex you up. But when they get out and they start spreading everywhere in this town, the reason why that happens is Spike, the leader of the bad group. He goes into a YMCA and he jumps into the fucking water because he knows exactly what he wants to do. He wants to get wet. He wants to get wet. Oh, now we live.
He wants to get wet.
He wants to get wet and in control, and that's what he does.
Oh,
fucking asshole. So then when the gremlins start spreading like fucking diseases in the desert of Sahara, that's when shit starts breaking loose. I mean, the fucking town's on fire. People are shitting in their sinks. Just madness everywhere. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. And they're trying to figure out how to stop it. And how do you stop it? Like, how do you stop it, Mike?
How would you stop it? Are you asking me?
Yeah, you gotta go to the pharmacy.
Are you asking me for my Gremlins plan?
You gotta go to the pharmacy and get some medicine.
Are you asking me for my Gremlins plan on how to stop the Gremlins?
For your Gremlin girl.
I told you, it's about the housing bubble. You just follow the fucking rules.
Oh my shit.
So, my favorite scene though is his mom, because his mom's a badass. She's not having this shit in her fucking house. She's not even that surprised. She's like, oh, it's a fucking Gremlin.
She looked like Ellen Ripley.
Yeah, dude. She's just like, yeah,
she wait for me, you bitch.
She was an 80s mom version of Ellen fucking Ripley. Yeah. She's got a fucking ham cooking in the oven. She's making cookies, but she doesn't give a fuck about this fucking ugly gremlin in her house. She didn't act surprised. She just goes and gets a kitchen knife. She's like, get out of my house, bitch.
Yeah, and then she put one in a blender and turned it on. Make me a fucking salad.
This guy said, oh my god, hi, Dad. Hello, son.
Get off here, son.
Hello, son.
Why aren't you in school? Oh yeah, you guys are on Christmas break. Get a job. But yeah, so anyhow, what they wind up doing is Billy gets with his little cute girlfriend. That scared the fuck out of me, dude.
What?
I thought that was a fucking spider. It was part of her hat.
Oh.
I thought a spider came down. It scared me. But I could have got bit and got spider powers. But anyhow, he gets with his little girlfriend and they go out and all the fucking gremlins have congregated at the movie theater, which is cool. I mean, awesome. And they're watching Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Great classic American movie, right? I mean, am I right? Hey ho. We're off the way we go. But anyway, they're like, okay, well, we're going to set the boiler room and fucking put the gas on.
But that 12-12?
And we going to blow the shit up. And they do for the most part. They blow all the fucking gremlins up. And at this point, they've wrecked the fucking town. This town is goddamn garbage.
I love that scene, though, when they're in the theater, because it reminds me of, what was it, Scream 2 or 3 at the beginning? When everybody's wearing the Scream mat, they're watching Stab. Yeah, and she's fucking dying in front of everybody. It's like, fuck! And everybody's like, yeah! Woo! Let's do it. They're
that reminds me of a scary movie. When she was like, motherfucker, I'm dying!
Yeah, that's when he got a dick through the ear.
Yeah, and everybody, well, anyhow, so...
But also, the gremlins are basically like us, because they like to eat and then go to the bar.
Yeah, all they do is fucking drink, eat, and shit.
That one motherfucker was on the fan.
That's what we do.
That would have been me.
That's last night.
All day, on the fan, just going around and around and around. And that's how she escaped that, by the way. She figured out, because she's serving him. She's like, oh fuck, I don't know what to do.
Well, they were going to kill her, and they were
I guess.
But anyhow, so...
But if you notice, the gremlins take, they take over our traits. Like, it really, I know this sounds stupid, okay, but follow me. It's a social commentary in a way. Because the gremlins see...
sounds stupid.
Shut the fuck up, asshole!
Stupid.
The gremlins see us do certain things, and they immediately, as soon as they come into the world, start to do the same shit we're doing.
You said come.
But they do. There's a robber, there's a guy trying to get money, they're drinking, they're smoking, they're playing fucking cards.
Well, I don't know if
they're taking all of our bad traits on, whereas the cute little good gremlin is taking on our good traits, they're taking on the bad traits.
I think they just have personalities, Mike.
No, it goes to show you, people are following us.
You're really working there.
The children are watching.
You're going far.
The children are fucking watching.
Oh my god.
Also, another conspiracy theory, Gremlins. I'm fucking on my Mel Gibson shit today. Another conspiracy theory. The neighbor guy. The guy who's like, you gotta buy American.
Yeah.
What's his name? He's in a bunch of shit. I can't remember his name. Ralph?
You get the Kentucky tracker thing.
The drunk guy, he's talking about it. Like, he's actually, in the movie, he basically says where they come from. Because he doesn't know about the gremlins at this point, right? Yeah. And he's talking about how, like, back in the World War II days, they used to put gremlins in our tanks and shit.
I gotta think, I thought that he actually had gremlins, like real gremlins, that were, because they've been around, the Mogwai probably been around forever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's probably true.
Yeah, but anyhow, yeah, that guy was cool. I like that guy, and he unfortunately dies because he gets a fucking tractor hoe up at his asshole. Anyhow, they blow up the fucking theater and it gets most of the gremlins out of the way, but the problem is the main one, Stripe, you know, escapes because he's looking for more candy, and he finds a candy shop across the street. He's like, candy, caca, and he runs across the street. And in the meanwhile, by the way, they're dragging poor Gizmo with them everywhere, and Gizmo's trying his best, but there's only so much Gizmo can do because he just has to look too. You don't rely on the Mogwai. The Mogwai relies on you.
You got excited like John Gruden.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers can do it.
I call that spinning the thread through the needle.
Oh, when Tom means to juke and a job and he's
I love football. I really do.
Billy confronts the guy, the main gremlin, and what the gremlin's gonna do now is he knows all his boys are dead, and this motherfucker's killed his whole crew, and he's like, I gotta jump in water again so I can fucking shit out some more boys. And like, he's like, oh, I found a water fountain, and he's getting ready to like, he's like, Billy, and he's like, die, and he fucking starts shooting. He's got a fucking gun, and he starts shooting Billy. But this is where Gizmo goes Rambo action star. Yeah. He you know, daylight's coming, and again, big one. You can't let sunlight get on him. You know, Gizmo pulls the curtains down and lets the sunlight, and this is gnarly as fuck. When that gremlin dies and it melts, it's fucking gnarly as shit. I was like, holy fuck.
One of my favorite things about this movie is it really does manage to be a family movie. Like, you can watch it, like, as a family, like, if your kids are a certain age, maybe. Right. Unless you have little pussy-ass kids. No, but most people can watch this, it's fine. But it toes that line. It has horror elements. It has cool-ass horror shit in it. It has some sort of darkish shit in it, but it's really fucking Steven Spielberg and whimsical and all that shit like that. We're doing it Instagram Live right now if you wonder why Jay looks like he's sucking a dick.
I'm not. Why would you suck a dick sideways, bitch?
I don't know.
I mean, you try it.
I'm not going to debate the art of sucking dick with you right now.
Why'd you even bring it up?
It probably feels good sideways. I don't know.
You brought it up.
Upside down. But, anyway, so what happened was, the end of the movie comes along, but before we get done, we've got to mention the mean-ass lady next door.
She's a bitch. I'm glad that she's
one of the most evil fucking characters in...
I'm not sucking the dick, I'm just looking at this.
In movie history. A nice pearl necklace. Where'd you get that from?
Sears.
But dude, she's the meanest fucking ever, because she wants to kill his fucking dog. She wants to kill his dog. Like, who wants to just murder? She comes and she tells him to his face, he's like, I'm sorry, I'll keep the dog away. She's like, I'm gonna fucking eat it. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna put a fucking dildo on and fuck it in the butt.
So angry. But no, is this the greatest Christmas horror movie ever of all time?
It's up there.
It's got the biggest.
It's got the Steven Spielberg feels to
it.
So, I mean, it's one of the... I love it with all my heart. I think it's one of the fucking best. And I want a fucking Mogwai. By the way, at the very end of the movie, when they do kill Stripe, or Strike, or whatever his name is, the main bad gremlin.
Striker.
The friggin' Lopan, Shang Tsung, comes back to fucking get the Mogwai. He's like, you are not ready. You see? You see all the destruction? You are not ready for this. And then he's like, okay, well, here, where's my $200? He's like, here. And then he gets the Mogwai back, and it was actually a pretty sad scene, because when he opens he's like, Billy's like, how do you understand what the Mogwai's like? If you listen, you can understand Mogwai. And he's like, okay, and he's like, Gizmo wants to say something to you, and he opens the box up after he puts Gizmo back in it, and he's like, bye, Billy. I'm like, it's like, fucking no! Bye, Billy. I was like, you better fight that motherfucker! But, yeah, unfortunately, you know, he takes the Mogwai back, and that's the end of the movie, him walking back, and you know, the narration at the very end is the dad talking about, do I have a tale for you? Like, I mean, it was a really cool, like, wrap-up ending to it. It had, like, the feels to it. It kind of felt like E.T., the way E.T.
ended. Yeah, it had that, it totally had that Steven fucking Spielberg, whimsical, goddamn, just... It's like it feels like a tentpole movie, but it can also be straight to DVD.
I love it.
It's fucking perfect. I love this movie. I give it a fucking 9.
That's exactly what I was gonna give it, as a 9 as well.
9. I
think it's one of those movies that you can watch on Christmas and have a good time watching it. And it's one of those movies that you can watch with family. I mean, yeah, the kids might get fucking traumatized by the end of it with that little gremlin melting, but fuck it, okay? They've seen worse on Call of Duty. So, we'll make them watch it, make them understand that this is what movies are!
And again, think about it, this movie's actually about the housing market crash.
No, it's not. It's just about...
Fucking is, Jay. It fucking is. You had 3 simple goddamn rules. CDOs.
You need one.
Buy.
What does that mean?
Sell.
What does that mean?
Buy.
What's CDO?
Buy, sell.
That's what I thought. You fucking asshole. I'm not buying a car from you.
Central Discrepancy Operators.
That's a real bullshit lie.
No big deal.
Chief Dick Operations. That's what that means. So anyhow.
You got that CDO going.
You guys have a good, sexy, sweet Christmas.
Merry fucking Christmas. We love your fucking faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn wham up in you.
Yeah, see how fucking...
Shit.
You see what it sounds like next year? That fucking sucks.
That's why you guys gotta follow us on Instagram, by the way, because we just do this shit. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We do this shit randomly.
Yeah, it was
fun. On the reg.
It was fun. It was fun. 3 fucking rules.
Fuck that chair. Don't throw my mouse.
I was gonna do that, but I don't want to.